Well, I just keep getting I'm behind the eight ball. I can't catch up with time, I guess you could say. So I'm here at the 123 off of I-70. I think it's Spiceland, Ohio. No, Spiceland, Indiana. And I'm here at the Flying J. I just had breakfast at the Denny's here. And I pretty much got stuck here because I'm forced to take my 10-hour break. I only had an hour drive time hour drive time left last night after I got done dropping the trailer and doing all that other driving around and shuffling, trying to find, the facility over there in Westchester, Ohio, to take the trailer so it could be relayed. So my appointment was at 6 p.m. today. There's no way I would make it. I had to take my 10-hour break. Samsara, for some reason, would not let me do a split sleeper berth. But maybe that's because I ran into my 11th hour of drive time yesterday. Maybe that's why it would do it. I don't know. But pretty much I would have had to start my day at 12 p.m. to be able to get over to Bedford, Pennsylvania to make the delivery at the... Got a hair or something. To make the delivery at Bedford, PA, Walmart DC. And even then I would have been a little late, but they would have took me. Also, I did not count on a bunch of snow squalls. So, maybe I wouldn't have made it anyway. But anywho, I'm stuck here taking my 10-hour break, which is just about almost up. And last night I figured it out that I wasn't going to make it. So I asked if dispatch could get a hold of somebody and they could reschedule. Now, when I thought they were going to reschedule, I figured they were going to call Walmart up and be like, hey, the driver's going to be about 2 or 3 hours late. Could we kind of like reschedule it to the end of the shift, use them as a work-in or whatnot. So I figured 5 o'clock in the morning, they would have gave me, appointment or something, or 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, Monday night. Well, I'm starting to think that I should start trying to schedule these appointments. But anyway, I get a message today that the load has been rescheduled for new appointment time, and it's 4 p.m. Tuesday afternoon. So I lose another day of making a load. This is starting to turn into a cycle here. And yeah, if James, this is kind of probably like the crap James Best has talked about, being held up at a shipper and why he doesn't want to do reefer freight. And, I can see, what he would have a problem with. Now, me, technically, if this was just a regular broker load and I wasn't working directly through Tyson, I don't want to step on anybody's feet or do anything I'm not supposed to. But I think from now on, I'm going to reschedule my own loads and just not tell anybody. Because I've done this before on the spot market. I've rescheduled my own loads with Walmart, and somehow I've always fared a lot better if I professionally call and reschedule the load with Walmart, or actually other. I've done it with US Foods. I've done it with many others. Maybe it's my tone, maybe it's how I present myself, I don't know, but I've always made out really good at rescheduling myself. And either I got an appointment, or at least they would work me in somewhere near the end of their shift or whatnot. And I never really got stuck sitting more maybe than, I think on the one time I had to reschedule, it was like 6 to 8 hours. But it saved me anyway. It still saved me. It saved me, time other than being rescheduled and sitting on the load for, 2 days or whatnot. Which can happen. Especially with Walmart. There during the pandemic, which I had a few times, this this happened to me, that I was going to be late, and I thought if I rescheduled, it was going to be a disaster. There were people that were rescheduling for loads for Walmart, and they were given reschedule times of a week, a week or more. You're going to sit on a load for a week or more. You're a one trailer owner operator. That's when you beg or tell the brokerage that, hey, this load's going to go to storage facility, or it's going to be on the ground. But you can't get crazy like that. But still, you have to explain to them that, like, hey, I'm going to lose my business if I have to sit on this load for 2 weeks. There you go. Power stroke. I tell you what, they might be junk, the 6.4s and stuff, but at least when they're running, they sound nice and they fucking run really good. Anywho, yeah, that's summing up my week. It's not turning out to a really good week, so we're going to get going right now. I'm going to put myself on duty, and I'm going to drive over to Bedford because I have no idea what these snow squalls are going to do. Supposedly there's an advisory out there in southwestern PA for maybe 6 to 8 inches of snow with some of these snow squalls or scattered snow showers or whatever. So I'm going to get going now and hope I don't run into any of that bull crap, because I'm just getting fed up. But I already know my settlements are going to be shit. The last settlement was shit because I had to deal with the fiasco of picking up the old truck, and it took way too longer than it should have. It should only took 2 days tops, and it took practically the whole week. And yeah, so luckily I have some money stuck away because thankfully the settlements here are big, and I have been making a good amount of money. So it's not the end of the world, but if I was hanging on by a wire, right, a thread or a wire or whatever you want to call it right now, I'd be freaking out, having anxiety attacks or whatnot. So anywho, thanks for stopping by. It's Jackknife TV. Subscribe. Probably I'll get some B-roll here when I get out to Pennsylvania, wherever I decide to stop at, and hopefully I'm not jackknifed down a mountain or something off the turnpike there. So. We are in Smithton, Pennsylvania. You can see the Flying J is over there, and I'm parked at the, well, what is this really? The Roadies, I guess. If you're ever over here off of 70 and the Flying J's full, you could probably come over here to the Roadies. The parking lot is like a crater in the back, though. There's giant holes all over the place. The store's, like your typical 1990s truck stop, I guess, set up. And yeah, that's all I have to say. The place here that usually serves food, the Pit Stop, is pretty good, but apparently they can't get enough help, or can't get help because their hours are all over the place. Let me see here. Let me come around here. I don't know if this is the entrance or the exit only. You know what? We're gonna go out this way anyway. Yeah, I guess it's entrance and exit. If you ever pull out of here, if you just see that little yellow thing, I've already watched 2 or 3 guys drive off of that step there. I guess the parking lot steps down. So don't try to do that, because I almost just did it, and I even saw people doing it. We are going to end up here eventually at the Bedford Walmart, DC. And we're actually going to be on time for once, you know, considering I had to basically reschedule this load because of the last load. And basically sat for almost, I don't know, 24 hours basically again, or 15 hours. I don't know what it is. I'm so irritated with how this has been going. With just because one load came out late, I've been trying to catch up the whole time.
Take the next left onto Racetrack Road, then sharp left onto the I-70 East Ramp.
I'm not going to talk too much today. I spent a long time. I did like a 5-hour live feed last night, so I don't really have much to talk about. So this is mostly just going to be little clips of me driving. As you can see, it's snowing again. It's been snowing like the whole time, off and on, snow showers, I guess, since I've been coming out here. Last night it got probably about an inch or 2 dusting. When I woke up really early in the morning, it was, you know, it was covering the ground, but I guess it was warm enough that it all melted. So that's good, because when it snows out here, you got a lot of mountain driving, and it turns into a shit show real quick. And I don't feel like sitting in any hour-long traffic incidents. I got a nice chip in the window too. I got that yesterday before I got here, off a little car, a little Evio actually, like a little Chevy Evio.
Continue on I-70 East for 8 miles.
Come on, PACCAR. That too, I noticed this truck, if it idles for a while, which I had it idling a few times last night just to keep the heat up in here, or keep a nice temperature. It's kind of laggy in the mornings. Like, it doesn't have the balls it normally does, which I think that's probably because the DPF filter is clogged up. So should have wiped my windows off and everything. I don't know, maybe I'll get this thing washed. With all the winter weather though, it seems like kind of a waste of money to wash the truck right now. Because who knows, next day or 2 days after, it'll be covered in salt and brine and everything. Well, we're gonna get on going down here, and yeah, I'll take some B-roll shots. nice of Walmart security. They I have what do you want to call it? Settlement sheets that I have to scan in, or load sheets if you want to call it that. So they ended up actually copying 5 or 6 for me because I was down to like my last 2. So. Let's see, I am looking for door 130. Very rarely am I ever here this early. Usually when I've come to this DC, I'm here at night. And it looks like Smith takes care of a lot of this place. Oh man. Let's see, I am looking for door 133. That's about it.